morning, everyone. Let's see where Morris is. Morris! Morris! I hadn't seen him this morning. Stripe's out here somewhere and Marty's in the house. Probably should kick Marty out for a few minutes. I don't know if Morris is in his spot and warm and not wanting to deal with out here. It wasn't super cold last night. It was only 28. It was cold enough. I am headed to breakfast at Guardian Angel this morning, the holiday luncheon. As a member of the board of directors, they'd like me to come, and I'll enjoy hanging out with them. So I gotta get through this and get on out the door. You are. Come on, food's up here, bud. Food's up here. There you go. Good morning. Hi. He came right away. He was in the front yard someplace. I continue to have lots of visitors to the bird bath and the blue feeder and the bird feeder. And the bird bath had the most variety of species. The blue feeder had the overall most activity, and there's still quite a few birds enjoying the bird feed. I think the blue feeder is slightly more popular due to location to the creek and location to that holly tree. Although I think when I put in all the stuff at the bottom of the bird bath, the birds like to hang out on that stuff, and it gave them someplace else to perch, and I think that increased the popularity there. Hi, boys. Hi. Hello. So, anyway, I've really been enjoying the birds. Good morning, Gray. Hi. Hi, honey. There you go. That's a mama good girl. Johnny has a friend coming to visit today, and they're going to go to the cat cafe. It's kind of a Christmas tradition, Christmas break tradition. 5 minutes later than I should have been, but it is what it is. I've got an appointment to take Marty to the vet again on Friday. His mouth is still bleeding on and off, whatever's going on with his teeth. You know, Dr. Liz said removing that one tooth would be a real problem. You know, it's liable to do more harm than good, but we've got to have some other strategy besides it bleeding for forever, too. I mean, it had stopped. It really had, and now it's doing it again. Anyway, I'm a little worried about Marty. I don't think he's comfortable. That's my biggest concern at the, today. But anyway, they can see him Friday morning at 11, and it's been bleeding, and it's not an emergency. And, you know, every time I clean up his mouth and hope that it's all better, it seems to come back either sooner or later. So I think we need another powwow about it. And, you might remember when I came through the neighborhood yesterday here on the way home that there was a whole bunch of construction presence, and then there was a whole bunch in the neighborhood of police officers, and they had the storm drain lifted. Well, there is a cat in the storm drain. And one very caring person trying to do, well, I mean, the police did all they could, trying to do what they can to get the kitty out. It's a kitten, and it's crying. And the town swears that it'll find its way to the out area on its own, and it's not seeming like it's figuring that out. I mean, maybe for an older cat they would do that. Anyway, she's looking for solutions. I offered, humane trap, suggested really smelly fish. I think maybe putting a 2x4, I don't know how long it would need to be though, down into the hole with some of that indoor-outdoor carpet so the kitty can get its nail. I mean, the piece of wood might be enough, but maybe with some carpet or even a towel. It doesn't have to be fancy, right, or expensive. But a 2x4 with some sort of fabric on it and then everybody move away and wait and see if the kitten would be willing to come up the 2x4. That's my best suggestion. Obviously, the police officers knew how to remove the grate. You know, it's heavy, but it's removable. So I just don't know how far it is down there. Anyway, that's upsetting. I can certainly understand. It's one of these storm drains here on the left side. I think it was pretty much right after you came into the neighborhood. Possibly one of these right here. I could go back and look at the video and figure it out. So nobody's out there right now. Wow, there's a pre-facelift red Model S across the way over there. Nice. I hope they get the kitty out. I don't know. You know, I'll go over there and stand around with everybody else hoping and praying it'll come out. If they, you know, if there's something I can do, I'll do it. It's kind of distressing. I would imagine, I mean, if they put food down there, then Kitty's not motivated to leave, right? On the other hand, if Kitty's been down there 3 or 4 days with no food, maybe we don't have a choice but to drop some food down there. I don't know how young it is, so I don't know if, you know, what it's eating. Hopefully it's, you know, bigger than smaller. Okay, I engaged autopilot FSD right after I came past Dollar General back there. And when we got to the 25-mile-an-hour sign, Ruby was barreling along at 37 mile an hour. It's 35 through there. And so she wasn't slowing. It's like she just blew, you know, she realized it was 25, but she didn't slow down. So I tapped the speed limit, the autopilot stalk down 2 or 3 times until it got to max of 25, and she immediately slowed to 25 mile an hour. And then just to see what would happen, I bumped it up to 26, a little short bump, and it bumped, and she went and she acknowledged 26. I'm like, oh my God, did they give me the ability to actually control the speed limit again? It sure seemed like it. I'll have to test that out some more, because, you know, we've all kind of given up on using the scroll wheel or the stalk to adjust the speed, but maybe on hardware 3 they're letting us control it again. Nothing would make me happier in getting along with FSD on hardware 3 than if I could set the speed. Because I have standard and hurry. I don't have all the speed profiles. I don't think we don't have sloth, and I don't know about chill. I tried yesterday when I was out driving. I was in hurry and I changed it to standard, and I checked to see if it would go into chill or sloth, and I didn't appear to have those 2 speed profiles. So remember, I put on an update Monday night right before my drive yesterday, and I didn't try to mess with the speed manually yesterday because, well, last time I did that, it doesn't work anyway. You could hit the up and down all you wanted to, and it just flat out ignore you. Now, this was at a lower, you know, a lower speed where technically there aren't any speed profiles, FYI, right? I was going something under 45. But I will keep you posted. I'm seeing a little difference in ability to set the speed. She does know I'm coming here because I have work programmed as Guardian Angel. Oh, great. There's this big truck here. Just wonderful. Can Ruby handle it? I'm sure she probably can. He was looking at me, looking at him. Okay, I'm taking over now so I can park in my spot. Well, not my spot, but my new spot. Yeah, I went over the line. Get over it. Yeah, so they're opening late today. I forget what time they're opening, but not normal time, I don't think. I think I read they were opening late today. That it was posted on the doors and on Facebook and stuff. had a good time at the breakfast. I got there around 9 and it's 11:50 now. So I was, you know, there a good time. We had food. The staff all got gift cards. They were varying businesses and varying amounts, and you picked that number. So it was better than a white elephant kind of exchange or one of those gift exchanges, because you got, you know, real money you could spend someplace, but there was still also a little bit of a, you know, mystery to it, I guess. And I got to meet the mayor. I may have suggested that he might want to take a walk at Carol Howard Johnson Park at some point in the future, because people were interested to know what the plans were for restoring the park after the sewer project. I couldn't help but put in a plug. He has walked the Jeff Wells Trail, but he's never been to CHJ. As the mayor of Fuquay, and CHJ is very close to downtown. I would hope that he would get out there. So it was nice to meet him. And I met our new board member, who has a lot of background in the area of Alzheimer's and dementia, so I think that he's going to be an asset on the board. You know, everybody brings something different to the table during the board meetings. It's good to have diverse people. I am sort of the face of the store, the customers, and the employees. They've painted new lines at CHJ. All right, and it's blocked off right now because there's new paint down even. But I noticed no new paint at the entrance. I don't know about the exit. I didn't know there was painting going on, but maybe it's not too late. Maybe they'll still fix it. Let's see, what else? I got a couple things of tissue paper. I handed over some cash and said, when you get your register open, please ring up my tissue paper. I need fancy Christmas tissue paper. I'm kind of running low on tissue paper. And trying to, you know, I learned the names of a few more people that I knew from around the store but hadn't formally met. You know, I know everybody out front, but I don't necessarily know everybody in the back. And I like to know everybody everywhere I go anyway, and then add to the fact that I'm a board member and I really want to know who everybody is. And they had this really fun team building thing where they all got to build, and they split up by department, although they did try to even out the people. And they made ugly Christmas sweaters. So they had a glue gun, and they were given some starting ribbon and pom-poms and things, and then they were allowed to go around the store and grab any of the, you know, I'll say inexpensive Christmas stuff and add to the sweater. And there were some, it was, I think a lot of them, I think over 50% of the employees had a really great time building the sweaters. And, you know, they had, I guess they spent a little over 30 minutes on it, maybe 40 minutes on it. And customers are going to get to vote on the sweaters. And then the winning team gets 4 hours of PTO. So they were very motivated to win. And it was fun, and it was a good team building exercise. And I was just like, I'm not on a team. I think the next year the board members should have a team too. But there were only 3 of us there from, well, I guess maybe 4 of us there from the board, which was a good showing on a work day. But anyway, that seemed like that was a lot of fun. We just dropped off Johnny and their friend at the cat cafe, right meow. We're gonna go work out. I don't know how it got to be 3 o'clock already, but it is.
Well, I'm glad we're getting to work out today. I didn't want to miss a day.
So Dawn is trying to stop at the mailbox again just to see what it does during the daylight. And yeah, I don't know if it's got what it's gonna do. That's not the mailbox. It's close. All right, you walk back there to it, Donnie. And then maybe it'll go to the house. I suppose you could just tell it to go home now. Well, I am wanting some of that. I've been a busy girl since we came home, editing videos, making shepherd's pie, and wrapping presents. It's just been one thing after the other, and it's already going on 7:30.
I took a nap.
Well, that's what you do every day while I kick into overdrive out here.
Right. Yep.
But of course, you did work all day
did work
while
today.
I was doing other stuff, but not napping.
But not now. That's right.
I don't value the nap too much. Hi, Mart. Hey, bud.